All right, it's your boy Spank Dog, aka Puffinstein at YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Let's get right into it. We're gonna be covering a civilian calling a cop and making death threats and racist remarks. Let me say this from the beginning. I do not believe this was some innocent wrong number mistake. According to authorities, this man allegedly left two threatening voicemails using both his personal voice and his work phone. And in those messages, he did not simply say, "Leave my family alone." He allegedly said, "Death to Islam," used racist language, and threatened to hunt and kill the person receiving those calls. Now, his attorney claims he believed he was responding to a scammer, but that explanation doesn't answer the obvious question: why use two different phones? Why bring Islam into it? Why use anti-black language if you supposedly had no idea who was on the other end? And somehow all of that hatred just happened to reach the office of a black Muslim sheriff who recently made history. I cannot prove his motive and will not represent speculation as fact, but I have common sense, and that defense does not add up to me.
Death to Islam. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna hunt you. I'm gonna hunt you like you go hunting in Alaska. I'm gonna find your trail. And I'm gonna snipe you when you least expect it. And I'm gonna force feed you your intestines. Death to Islam. I will find you. I know where you are. You're an amateur. You sold your tail. I will find you. I will break you.
He hasn't been found guilty. It's not a joke, so I don't want to, it's just, you got to laugh to keep from crying. This is a person, most likely, if you were in front of them, they would act like they're not racist. Now, if he's an outright racist, that's just as bad, except it's not hidden. Both are horrible. It also makes you wonder, like, what's going on with people today? Like, what kind of mentality is that? There's things that I'm really good at, and there's things that I'm not so good at. But I always, at all times, at this point in my life, try to be the best person I could be. Never would I hate on another race, never would I hate on another person because of nationality, color of their skin. And beyond that, I try to treat people with the utmost respect. That's my style. Like, I'm really on some have a good day, God bless you. And I used to think it was okay to be aggressive. If I knew for sure that the guy was not a good person, a person with a bad heart, I've learned that it's not okay. The only time it would be okay is if you're defending yourself, because a person who's really that hateful, that evil, is trying to hurt you. Every nationality on this planet has a person in that nationality that would be the kind of person that would protect your mother, the kind of person that would see your child lost and make sure he gets home. For you to randomly see that person one day and not know who he is, but by the color of his skin, decide to hate him and stalk him and talk about hunting him,
I can't do the evil laugh, the evil villain laugh. I can't.
He tried to do the scary movie laugh I was just talking about.
I can't quite pull it off like you. 40-year-old Sean Keenan has been arrested for allegedly leaving threatening voicemails to Sheriff Siddiq Kamara. That was on July 18th. He has been charged with making terroristic threats with the intent to terrorize, as well as ethnic intimidation, harassment, and disorderly conduct. His bail has been set at a whopping $100,000, unsecured with electronic home monitoring. So the sheriff told Action News he had expected to begin his birthday with a celebratory message, but instead listened to threatening calls, which he said were left multiple times on Saturday on the county's sheriff civilian hotline.
It's his birthday. He's expecting the first call to be, "Happy birthday, my brother. God bless you. I hope you have the best day ever. I love you."
In the voicemails, Keenan allegedly stated, quote, "Death to Islam," and quote, "I will find you. I know where you are. You're an amateur. I will find you. I will break you," end quote. Another quote, "I was taken aback, loss of words. I'm still at a loss for word. end quote, Kamara told Action News. The Delaware County DA's office said detectives traced the phone number used to leave the voicemails to a 911 call Keenan made in February to report a crash.
He's a rocket scientist. You're going to call and do that type of stuff from not just your home phone number, you're also going to call from your work phone.
Investigators said they compared the recording and determined the voices did, in fact, match. Police went to Keenan's Havertown home, where authorities said he admitted to leaving the voicemails. Keenan came ready with his excuse. So Keenan's attorney disputed.
You throw it all away just so you could hate. That's insane.
The allegation that Kamara was the intended target of the threats. In a statement, the attorney said Keenan's wife had received multiple threatening scam calls. When Keenan returned one of the calls, he allegedly reached the sheriff's office without realizing it, quote, and believing he was responding to the individual who had threatened his wife and family. He left the voicemail that is now the subject of these charges. I got to say, sir, that's a hell of a defense attorney you have. I have to give him his credit on this one. This is an extremely creative defense. It is an affirmative defense, meaning you're not saying you didn't do it. You're saying that you had a reason for doing it, and it wasn't toward the person. So unless they can produce the magical, mystical individual who you were alleged to have tried to contact, unless they can produce that person, there's no crime. Quote, what makes the case particularly troubling is that the defendant is not from the same distant place. According to the charges, he is a resident of Delaware County, our neighbor, someone who lives in the same communities we do. That should remind all of us that hatred, violent rhetoric, and threats are not problems that exist somewhere else. They're going to exist here. And when they do, we have a responsibility to confront them, end quote. The sheriff said after news of the arrest. Another quote, I've always believed that civility is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. We can disagree without dehumanizing one another. Very well said. This is a sheriff that the people are blessed to have.
All right. So you're not even from the same county. And it doesn't even matter, really. I just pointed out because these are things that would make it even more inconceivable. Because you would think the person might be from the same county, and that's why he's enraged that he's the sheriff. It's just his hatred. It doesn't make sense to me why people are the way they are. I have a problem with rich people not helping people. Whatever happened to when we were little kids and we spoke about if we won the lotto, I would make sure you get this much and you get this much. Why does that have to be something that people say, oh, that's when we were children? Why not keep that mentality when we get older? I don't understand the guy. I don't understand why he would spend his life doing what he did. You know, if he got family, I don't understand why he would mess up on them like that when you don't get nothing out of it. The self-satisfaction of satisfying your hatred or hating people that have a different skin color, allegedly. You know, I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Who knows to what lengths he would have took it. Oh, and like I said, allegedly, in my opinion, he looks guilty. It's your boy Spank Dog. You already know what it is. It's real over here. You know, much love, real love. You know, I say that at the end of the show and people probably be like, you know, like, I don't know if they know it's real, you know, it's authentic, you know, but, you know, you'll have to find out, you know, if you stick around. It's crazy how people would see people wanting to help other people and then see other people that literally state, you know, I'm out for myself. And people would root and cheer for the people that say they're out for themselves until you need help. Then you're looking around for a socialist, right? Liberal, Democrat, you know. Now you're looking around for the people you talk crap about. You know, it's your boy Spank Dog. Salute to Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Salute to everybody out there. I'll catch you on the rebound.